How you doing today? Welcome to Equalize Sound and Auto Repair. This is Chris. I'm back with another video today. Today I'm working on a 2005 BMW 325i. I'm getting ready to change the spark plugs. I wanted to show you a procedure without having to move the cabin air filter bay. I'm going to show you a quick way to be able to get to that far plug all the way in the back. I already got the coils out. I started the procedure. Hopefully you guys can still go through with it, but shouldn't have no problems. So you have two 10mm bolts at the top, two 10mm bolts at the top. So remove those with a 10mm. Already done that. And remove your oil cap. After you remove your oil cap and you get those 10mm out, you're going to pop your cover up and slide her out to the side. After you do that, I see you already have the coil packs, but to remove the coil packs, I'm going to show you how to do that real quick. So the coils go in just like this. You put your wire in just like that, and you push down and you lock it in place. So we're going to do that. We already did that through all of them as far as removal, pop it up, it scoots back, pull it out, wiggle and pull, and that's how you remove the coils. So the cheater method that I use, I connect the 5/8 and a short 3-inch extension, and I go all the way in the back in here. And once I get back in there, let me show you what I do. Once I get back in here, I find my hole and I drop her down in there just like that. Okay, after I do that, I'm going to take my other 3-inch wobbly head and I'm going to, let me help put this light a little better, put my wobbly head on that socket piece right there, just like that. Make sure she's tight. After you get her there, all right, we're going to use our ratchet and we're going to back her on up. So we get our ratchet on there, righty tighty, lefty loosey, make sure we're going loose. And we're going to, she's already loose, I loosened her up, and that is the cheater method that I use there. So what I do from there, I pop this back off after getting her loose, move that out the way, and just start spinning her. And I feel her loosening up. So we're going to pop her out here in a second. I feel her loosening up, and she's loose. So now I'm going to separate on the way up. So let me separate this. Got one out. I'm doing this with two hands, but you can do it easier at one. If you are using just one hand, you might need a magnetic socket piece, magnetic wrench, just like that. I figured it would drop in. So I'm using a magnet. You can get you a magnet from $1 to $5, and let's get the magnet and pull her up. She's a little heavy. Let's see. Well, this one I need my bigger magnet. Well, anyway, I need a bigger magnet to get that one out. So what I'll do is I'll just pop this on here and wiggle her up a little bit. Let's see if I can get her out. See, the wobbly is blocking it. So let's see now. About to put this phone somewhere real quick and pop this off and pull her out. So that's how you get to the far plug. You see it's drowning a little bit because of the valve cover is drowning her out. So we're going to change these. We're going to change the valve cover in the next couple of days. Might have to clean these plugs again, but we need the car to run and we're having a lot of misfire. So we're doing this process now. So I'm going to go through all the rest of those, removing the plugs. That's the hardest one to get to. And let's sit her over here and let's go to the next one. We use the same method on this one, still up under here. Just like that. You might need a longer ratchet to break her free first and use the shorter ratchet. So, and you want to do this on a warm engine, not a cold engine, otherwise you could break the spark plugs. So let's remove this last coil out the way. And I think we might have to get coils too. So hopefully we don't, but looks like we might have to. Alright. So I'm going to pause the video, back all these out. And after I back all these out, we'll be right back with the video to continue the process and replace them. So be right back. Okay, so we back. We got plugs loose, so I'm gonna go ahead and go with the procedure and the process. So since we got them loose, we're gonna go ahead and get this one out. And then we'll proceed to our 6-inch extension. So this one's loose and it's ready to come out. So if you see oil around there, usually you need a valve cover. Of course, you've seen it on the first video with this guy. Well, the first part of the video with that guy. So yeah, we definitely that's a valve cover. We want to get to that ASAP. So we are backing all of them out. Now I'm gonna use my variable speed ratchet. I don't recommend you use, I don't recommend you use a ratchet going back in because you might over torque. But we're going to use the variable speed on this since we have the feature on this ratchet. It's 3/8 Milwaukee. And I'm not going real fast, I'm just going slow. And that should be enough. Yep. Definitely needs a valve cover, but the plugs itself, they're not wet, but definitely needs a valve cover to keep that from leaking down in there. So let's proceed to the next one. All right. Same thing, that one ain't ready, so I'm gonna torque it a little bit. Let me get a little more height. All right, let's see. 1, 1, 1, 3, all right. All right, I like having fun when I'm doing this work. Let's get her loose. Let's go back to our standard ratchet. Because it's in there a little tight. Just take your time. And they're pretty tight. They've been in there for a while. I think these were changed maybe about 5 years ago. Oh, all right, so instead of boring you with this, I'm gonna pause the video. We'll be back after this to get to the next procedure.
Go.
All right, so we're back, getting ready to drop this far plug in the back, show you that real fast, and then you're gonna do the same process in reverse to put everything back together. Put all your plugs in, make sure they're snug, nice and tight. Don't over tighten them because it will break off in the engine. And we're gonna use a little anti-seize on all of our plugs. You don't need a whole lot, you don't need it sloppy, but you're just gonna use just a little bit on the threads, just like that. And I got some on my white, so let me clean that off here in a second. So sorry about that. So I'm gonna clean that off real quick where I messed up at on squirting this. I usually put some on my fingertip and then apply it. So let me clean that off, drop her in the hole. And I'm gonna use a little bit of brake parts cleaner. Make sure it's off of there because it's oily. Alrighty, still got our anti-seize on there. And follow the same procedure. I'm gonna use a short, drop her in, got our anti-seize on. All the way in the back here. And we're gonna tilt and slide her all the way in. And she'll fall just like that. Grab your other 3-inch extension and start twisting her. Just like that. And this is the easiest way to get to it without having to remove the cabin air filter bay. And after I get her snug, I'm going to take my short because I don't want her over torque her, and the short one to help me just get it tight enough. And work her in until she stops. Right there, and just a little more. Right there, that's good enough. On that one, just break her apart. You got your 3-way, separate it all the way up, and pull her all the way out. So this is a 2005 BMW 325i. That's how you get to the far back without having to remove the cabin air filter bay. So you're gonna follow the same process all the way back. And that'll be it for today. So we're gonna clean these off as well with some brake parts cleaner. And we're gonna drop them back in the roll. Make sure you put everything back. And thank you for watching. Like and subscribe. I hope this helps someone on the quicker way to be able to change these plugs. So this is Chris. Thanks for watching Equal Out Sound and Auto Repair. See you the next time.